Maniac Game Review, Maniac Game Review, Maniac Game Review, living off nostalgia, retro power.
Hello, beat 'em up fans! So I have some bittersweet news in regards to Marvel Cosmic Invasion. The sweet news is that Tribute Games was gracious enough to release a demo. The demo is available on Steam. You can download it for PC. I played it for about 4 hours, and it was a blast. All the heroes felt uniquely different in the way they actually played. Trying to figure out the best team combination with those characters was a lot of fun. I enjoyed using the Cosmic Swap system in the middle of brawling to complete different combos. It also felt good to use the different assist moves to take out enemies or use the hero's special moves to wipe out large crowds of enemies. And even though you're playing the same 2 levels over and over in the demo, the different abilities from the characters, character team combinations, and overall tactics that you apply while you're playing make the experience each time you play uniquely different and a lot of fun. So bravo to the Tribute team for implementing these ideas into your game and making it a reality. 10 out of 10. Also, thanks again for releasing this demo for everyone to enjoy. However, and here comes the bitter part of the news. Like everybody else, I woke up this morning and immediately checked my phone first thing. On my Marvel Cosmic Invasion feed, I saw a Reddit post that revealed the names of the last 2 characters in the roster. So I clicked on the post to make sure it was real, and yeah, it looks pretty real. Apparently someone had taken the demo that was just released yesterday and data mined all the secrets out of it and posted it immediately on Reddit. Why am I not surprised? So I am not going to reveal the names of these characters. I don't like stuff like this. The same thing happened during Smash Brothers. People data mined it and found out who the DLC characters were ahead of time. I hate spoilers like this. I just think it cheapens the hard work that the company puts into the reveal trailers. I'd much rather see Tribute's official character reveal trailer with the cool animated intro followed by the awesome gameplay footage to hype up the game. That's what I prefer. Yes, I do like to speculate on what characters and try to guess and try to figure out who will be on the roster. That's what I like doing most. I just don't like it when somebody else spoils the actual legitimate information ahead of the official announcement trailer. So that in mind, please take into consideration that the video I was working on was about 75% done before the demo dropped and before I was spoiled with the leak. So if you know who the leaked characters are, please do not write their names in the comment section below and treat any characters that I might suggest in my video as potential DLC. Alright, thanks very much and enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, beat 'em up fans, we're down to the wire here with only 2 character slots remaining. So once again, it's time to speculate to see who these characters might be. But before we do that, I gotta mention how awesome the last 2 character reveals were. We got Black Panther and Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now I gotta say that I'm super glad that we got any type of Ghost Rider on this roster. And Cosmic Ghost Rider just makes perfect sense for Cosmic Invasion. Not to mention we're getting Punisher and Ghost Rider combined into one character. So I'll definitely be having him join Beta Ray Bill as my day 1 team. Okay, so before we get into my choices for the potential last 2 characters on this roster, I gotta mention a few things first. I strongly believe that one of the final 2 characters will be a popularity pick. So if you scour the internet for the most requested characters for this game, you'll probably find these guys right up at the top. Cyclops, Gambit, Iron Man, and a Fantastic Four rep, with my choice being the Thing. I think at least one of these characters will end up being one of the final 2. I also think that there's a good chance we'll get another female character, with my choice being Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force, as I predicted in my last character speculation video. So moving on to my actual first choice for this speculation video, I believe a developer from Tribute in an interview somewhere, I can't find the clip, but I swear they said that this game was loosely based on the Annihilation events, but as if it were taking place in an alternate reality in the 1990s. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe somebody out there said this. So trying to think back to the 90s, who was the most popular Marvel character in the early 90s? For me, that's an easy answer. It's totally Venom. But Venom's already in the game, so who else? And then I remembered a character that I saw on a lot of comic book covers. He was super popular in the early 90s. Everybody was reading his comics and other comics that he made an appearance in. We're talking the third member of the Summers family. The gritty time-traveling soldier of the future, Cable. So my idea for Cable would be that he would be a secret unlockable character. Once you beat the game, he appears in a cutscene from the future and explains to you that there's more to do. And he would be like the link between the base game and the DLC. So in-game, he would be a lot like Rocket, where he relies on his arsenal of weapons to fight. He would have his famous BFG and side pistol. It would also be cool to have his Viper Beam from Marvel vs. Capcom. He could throw plasma or disc grenades to disrupt people. He could use his personal computer cube to body slide, teleporting around. He could create a holographic decoy of himself to distract enemies. They'll go attack it while others attack them. As far as his special abilities, he could use the powers passed down from his famous mutant parents to unleash a devastating telekinesis attack. Cable just seems like he'd be another really fun and versatile character to play. So although this next character was created in the late 80s, her popularity really didn't spike until the early 90s. And for me as a little kid, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, she was kind of like my first comic book crush. I'm sure she was for many a young lad in the 90s. It's the British mutant telepath who body and mind swapped with a Japanese assassin. We're talking Psylocke. So most people know who Psylocke is. I mean, she appeared in multiple Capcom games. She's in Marvel Rivals. She's very popular in the comics nowadays. But in the early 90s, even being a key member of the Jim Lee X-Men comics, she was kind of overlooked when it came to the original X-Men cartoon. Was it because of her outfit? I'm not sure. Was like the Fox Kids Network censors saying like, nah, we can't do that? I don't know. She did appear in a few episodes, but I always was kind of mad that they didn't have her as a regular member during the show. So if we don't get Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force, I would like to see Psylocke be the backup female X-Men rep. So in the last couple of speculation videos, I had mentioned how Tribute Games wanted to properly represent the different Marvel families, and I gotta say, I still feel like we don't have that quintessential ultimate street character on the roster. And this guy definitely fits the bill. The blind lawyer / vigilante, Matt Murdock himself, aka Daredevil. Once again, this is a character that I do not need to explain. His comic books and TV show do a great job of showing us just how badass he can be. And this character, quite frankly, is perfect for a beat-em-up. Just don't go watching the Ben Affleck movie. Yikes. So this next character I had mentioned in an earlier video, I'm just showing them again because I love this character. The more I read and find out about this character, the more I want this character in the game. Especially like the 90s version, and the 90s version is definitely street, even though later he becomes more cosmic. Yeah, that's gonna be Darkhawk. I know he's not gonna make it in, but one can dream. So the next family we're gonna move on to is the supernatural or mystic category. And this first character is once again a character I mentioned in my previous videos. This is the #1 pick for a mystic or supernatural character for me, so I think he has a strong chance of making it into the final 2 as well. If Doctor Strange doesn't make it into the base game, I can really see him being a high contender for one of the first DLC characters. So for this next character, we have to go back to my previous speculation video where I had mentioned I wanted to see the Inhumans make an appearance, specifically Black Bolt and Medusa. I also mentioned how I wanted to see Lockjaw have a cameo in the game, maybe as a background character. But then I got to thinking, could there be a way to get Lockjaw as a playable character? I know that's absurd, I know nobody wants it but me, but yeah, I thought about it, and there is a way, I think. You could have a dual character with Princess Crystal and her loyal guardian, Lockjaw. So you could either have it where she's the only character on the roster where you don't pick two characters and you switch between her and Lockjaw when you do the cosmic swap. Or you could have it where Crystal is mostly stationary, kind of just floating, dodging, and using her elemental attacks from afar, while Lockjaw is doing all of the actual beat 'em up part, like he'll leap out and attack with his paws, or he'll bite, or he'll pounce, or when he grapples people, he'll lick enemies to death. Lockjaw could also use his tuning fork teleportation ability, warping him and Crystal around. Of course, you could just have Crystal by herself as a character. She would be awesome just on her own as an elementalist, being able to control fire, earth, water, and air. And she's kind of like Marvel's equivalent to Avatar. But I think in the long run, it'd be a lot more fun to have a duo character saving Crystal's elemental abilities for long-range attacks or special moves. So that's going to do it for this speculation video. Tell me, is there any characters I didn't mention that you would like to see make it as the final two? Are there characters you want to see as DLC in the future? Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and we'll see you next time.